Hello and welcome to the first video from Dice Mayhem, brought to you by
Stephen
and Phil, and in the corner we have Ricky.
Hi.
Today we're going to be opening a gravity feed of 4 each. I have one, Steve has one, and so does Ricky in the corner. Anything you're particularly excited to get, Steve?
Well, number one super rare is Malekith, is preferable.
Which I think everybody in the world wants right now.
Yeah, I've already opened some draft packs, so I've actually already got 3 super rares. I've managed to pull the Earth-X Thor, the Male Thor, and the stinkingly bad Earth-X Skull. So, not too bad.
I hope Ree gets one of those.
Why me?
Because it would be your fault we get such a bad rare.
I'm also after, I've got 3 out of 4 of the energy fixes, so I'm looking here for a Jarnborn. If I can land it, I'll be happy as can be. But I've got a decent spread, a couple things to look out for, but other than that, nothing in major particular.
For me, I was very underwhelmed by the spoilers and such for this set. There is literally 5 cards in the entire set I'm excited for, being the new energy fixers and Super Rare Malekith. On some level, I think the Warriors 3 might be fun to play, but how strong they're going to be is up for interpretation.
Don't forget Rare Absorbing Man.
Ree's just informed me that she's also looking out for Rare Absorbing Man to make her already rather dirty Nobby team just a little bit dirtier. So, Steve, would you like to open the first 10 packs?
Oh, sure, why not?
Let's see if you pull anything good.
All lined up here, because it looked nice, really. Let's just start off. We've got 2 commons here. We've got a Sith, she's not that great, but she's got Immortal, which is a keyword I really want to mess around with.
Immortal does seem like it can be really strong. It almost feels like a weakened version of the game text from the Will to Live Magneto.
So we've got a common Kate Bishop and a super rare female Thor.
Very nice, from your first 10 packs as well.
So, you know, could be a 3-drop feed, could be a 1-drop feed, could be a 2-drop feed.
Yeah.
Just the Billy Cobra.
Ooh, we have one of the energy fixers here already. Nice.
And for my first 10.
Okay, and now we'll switch to my first 10. So. Ooh, and before I hand over to Steve, I'm going to say that Ree has just pulled one of the other cards that I was excited about that I forgot. And it's a card that will immediately make Steve resign the game. I have Rare Hela.
But you don't have the basic action to team with it, so I'm not.
No, I won't be using her today even if I pull her. But I have a feeling the meta over the next couple of months may start to form around her. Her ability is really nice. It's pay 6, return target die from an opponent's field zone, prep area or use pile to its card. That opponent then chooses 1 target die from your field zone, prep area or use pile and returns it to its card. Now, it sounds like you're paying 6 to allow your opponent to do something straight back to you. However, there is a really nice combo where you're only paying 2 for it and you're protecting one of your key cards on the field at the same time. So I'm going to pass this one back to Rick and Steve. It's time for your next 10 packets. Yes. Right, and we go for my second 10.
Yep.
I wonder what I get this time. Steve, on to your next 10.
I just want to point out that the She-Hulk, the Hulk die is actually the UXM She-Hulk. I think, if I remember correctly. but it's just a slightly brighter green.
I don't actually remember She-Hulk from back then. I think
so
everyone was too focused on the other Hulk.
It was my first ever set.
I'm starting to worry, we've only got one fixer.
Yeah.
So Thorbos has been designed as anti-immortal, but I mean, unless you know for sure you're coming up against immortal teams,
The second
there's
fixer.
literally no point to bringing him.
Well then, I take that back. We now have two fixers. Ricky has managed to pull a Jambjorn. Or however it's pronounced. I'm sure somebody will correct me.
Jean de Jean, isn't it?
Which is a destroyer and another spider. Just for those who don't know what we're on about, when we say fixer, there's a global on 4 of these rares, which basically allows you to turn your sidekick dice into a certain energy type for free, once per turn.
So far we
And they're
have
highly limited in the game.
ones.
It gives you that little bit of accessibility to cards that you wouldn't normally on a bad roll.
And so far we have pulled Mask and Fist for them. And now for my third set of 10.
Rare destroyer.
Back to you, Steve.
Okay.
Now before I open my next 10, pulled the super rare female 4, She Be Worthy. When fielded, if you have less life than your opponent, KO target character die. When fielded, KO target villain character die. And she has the underdog ability. When fielded, KO target character die with a fielding cost of 0. Not a bad super rare, not a great one.
Just want to make a quick correction. That's the Earth X Thor, not the female Thor. She's actually got her own super rare.
Oh, fair enough. I apologise. Oh, and I pulled a super rare. So I have the common 4 and the super rare Ragnarok, Dark Avenger, whose ability, when fielded, KO all opposing sidekick dice. You may then choose to KO any number of your sidekick dice. Deal 1 damage to target opponent for each sidekick dice KO'd by this effect, both yours and your opponent. To me, he feels very much like a lesser version of Zar Colossus, because he's more expensive and quite frankly you get to choose to, yes, that's a bonus, but he's more expensive and he's harder to get out, in my opinion. And his stats don't make him worth his cost for me.
The counter argument I have for him is that if you are running a psychic based team, so something like a one with the Foot Ninja that boosts on sidekicks, you can basically clear a decent section of their defenders and still have a massive attack force on your side. So that's why you can pick. But
that's true, but that team you're speaking of, in my opinion, wants everything to be as cheaply cost as possible. And a 7 just doesn't fit with that for me. He's just pulled the third energy fixer, which is...
Old one.
Is that Mjolnir?
Yeah, I think it's that.
She pulled our Mjolnir, which is good because we need the energy fixers. And it's back over to you, Steve.
awesome.
Okay,
Back to you.
I have 10 more packets already. Oops. I have a common 4-buster Iron Man, and unfortunately the card that I was very much hoping we wouldn't pull. It's the rare Absorbing Man. All ball and chain. As you can hear, Ree is very happy at this. When Absorbing Man is active, when fielded effect is used, you may use a copy of it. Now, there's been some debate, but people believe with the wording, if you had Adam Warlock out from the Guardian set, and him out, when you used a when fielded ability, initially people thought, okay, that when fielded ability will trigger 3 times. However, due to wording, I don't know if there's been a ruling on this yet, however, due to wording, people now believe that it triggers 4 times. Which would make for some very interesting one-hit kill teams with Nobby.
Don't look at me like that. You're the one that built
What's
that
your
thing.
opinion on that, Steve?
So I don't have Nobby, so I instantly hate that sort of team, but Firefly could definitely do some damage.
Yeah. Common Destroyer and a foil rare Wrecker. While Wrecker is active, players can only use global abilities on active characters. That Wrecker on its own shuts down all of the fixers from this set. And that's my 10 over, so over to you, Steve.
I have got the rare Wrecker, also foil. You can only use globals of active characters, which shuts down quite a few teams that bring characters just for their globals, which is quite fun if you want to be a bit of a...
It also, as I said earlier, shuts down all of the fixers from this set.
Yep. I got a common Destroyer there, and also I've got a common Hela, and then finally a common Crystal. So I've now got every single in the common in the set, but just out of Pax and Feed combined so far.
Very nice.
Right, over to you.
Back to you. Back to my 10. Back to you, Steve.
Okay.
Very nice. Back to you for your last 10, Steve.
Okay, we've got another rare start off the bat, the Enchantress. When she's active, your opponent must play 1 to use a global ability or an action die. So she's basically like a Super Oracle.
Combine Oracle with Jinzo of the Yu-Gi-Oh set.
Yeah, but she is 6 cost for...
Which is what Jinzo was.
Still not seen this rare Absorbing Man. Quite irritated. I quite like him. At least this set has got names which are easier to say than the last set. Which, there's still some argument over how you say certain cards. Got a common Thor.
Which
and
ones?
An uncommon Punisher.
Which cards are there arguments over?
Oh, there's so is it Razni, Radnasi? Do you pronounce the S? Do you have Yuanti? You say Wanti. There's lots of different things. There's a common black heart there and a uncommon Keep Bishop there.
I believe the answer to all of those is in the Neverwinter online game. And the final pack. Drum roll, please.
You've got a rare Surtur and a uncommon Pepper Potts. Not too bad.
Not bad at all. And now for my final 10 packets. And we have the super rare. We have common Kate Bishop and a super rare 4. The female 4 understands what it means to be mortal. When
That's your second one.
No, I have the FX 4.
Oh yeah, sorry, you confused me earlier, see?
Yeah, but I pulled the other.
Yes. When 4 attacks until the end of the turn, prevent the first 2 damage to each of your attacking character dice. Global. Pay a shield. Target attacking character die goes to the use pile if KO'd this turn.
Um,
So, how do you feel about your pull, Steve?
pretty good. I've got there's still a few holes in the collection, mind you, but I've got a full now. This is combining a gravity feed with all my packs that I've opened this morning.
Yeah.
I've got a full common uncommon compliment, which is always nice to have.
Yep.
I've got 5 out of the 8 super rares with no repeats, which is also nice to have, except for the skull, who can get sold as soon as I can sell him. I'm only missing 8 rares out of the full set, 2 basic actions, so in total, done really, really well actually.
Yeah, you seem to have got a nice pull. I might need to buy a couple of draft packs for it if I can, because I still want that super rare Heimdall. I'm going to get it one way or another. I might have to get it the same way I got Ring of Winter, and that will be using Big Orbit credits.
I'd probably do the same for Malketh, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apart from that, Malketh is one I'm on about, not Heimdall. I got most of what I want. I'm gonna have to purchase or source from somewhere the rare Bifrost because I want a complete collection of the fixers. But I'm rather happy with my pool. There wasn't anything I was essentially like overly hyped for this set, but I'm happy with what I got.
So I was wondering about gravity feed distribution. I'm just looking at my stats because I've got a window on this monitor over here because I've got 2 monitors. And I've been filling it in as I've been pulling out cards and things. So I've got a complete set of commons from a feed. I've got all but 3 uncommons from a feed, and I pulled 16 rares, one which was a duplicate.
That's really not that bad.
No, and 2 super rares, so that's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Could just do with 1 more common crystal actually.
Thank you for watching, everyone, and if you liked us, give us a subscribe.